Elite Blooners and Candy Falls. I have a setup in a boss challenge here with least cash as the, I guess, tracker for ranked because I want to test out a buff to the Megalodon. I know I just not long ago already covered it, but that was before it got buffed even more this update. For some reason, Ninja Kiwi decided it didn't do enough damage, so it now is doubled in damage. So the base damage is up from 350 to 700. However, that isn't taking into account the power from merging the beasts. Apparently, it goes more than 2 times because the damage range is up from 400 to 1400. TLDR, basically the range was 350 to 750 in the past. If you got max 132 power, well, you get 750 damage. But now that range is 700 to 2100. So yeah, quick math, that is not 2 times, that is close to 3. Which is kind of crazy for any tower, even an underpowered one, to receive such a large buff. So now we're going to check it out against elite balloon areas here. I legitimately think it can solo if you give enough buffs. So yeah, not Geraldo this time either, thank goodness. We're doing Azili for, of course, the totem buff. That will give us another 17% attack speed on the big fish. We'll get Bank next round. So the reason why I also picked a least cash for this run is because, well, I think we'll get a pretty low score with the Megalodon. We really don't have a number to compare because it's boss challenge. So yeah, we'll just kind of wing it and see how low we can go, I suppose, in the 1-player leaderboard. So in the spirit of least cash, we also have to minimize the amount of cash we spend on farming. So I'm thinking, after collecting from a bank here, let me cook. Let me cook with a Monkey Town, Monkey City. Okay, I'm just gonna hold out. I guess a couple seconds. That's gonna lose a little bit of money this round, but tis what it is. And of course, again, in the spirit of least cash, I think I will try to minimize money for the first tiers by trying to beat it with the beast standards too. So right now I'm trying to get another Barracuda to defend round 34. I think merging's probably better, right? Yeah, 6 out of 6 right now. Problem is, I don't think that the below Megalodon tiers are very good against boss damage. So for tier 1, I think we're absolutely going to need an Orca. I don't see a Great White getting anywhere near close to beating it, but I could be wrong. So luckily we are playing against Balloon Area, so we could give it a lot of time. Just bring on the guy. I would like to rush a BRF first before moving forward with upgrading our beast. Please and thanks. Just need 6 more thousand. Not gonna lie, 6 out of 6 Barracuda goes pretty hard. It has been soloing the early 40s so far, which is pretty good for a tower that only costs what, under 2,000? Crazy. So merge and merge. We already have a max 24 out of 24 Great White. We should probably get a bit of head start in the damage, right? So we can always target over here to get a whopping. Actually, this is an issue. If it's only 1 fish, we gotta deal with the balloons coming in and boss at the same time. That could be problematic. Hang on, I got an idea. Let me get a Super Monkey, because you guessed it, this could be turned into a temple later. Guys, the greed is so tempting right now. I don't need this much money, because once I buy Megalodon, what else am I gonna buy? But I just can't resist going for another BRF now. Okay, we got our Orca right before the first skull hit, although I don't know if it's actually very good damage-wise. 32 out of 64, can it handle a Saram Wave? No, it's too busy pulling in the Luminarius. It can't detach. Okay, let's merge the other Barracudas for 38 power. We can get a Reactor too, because we can get Energizer later. Okay, ceramic time, please. Focus the ceramics. It's still latching onto the Balloonarius. Okay, what do you think of this? I put it in this spot, so now it's not even hitting Balloonarius. That might be an issue, though. Also, don't mind me. I'm getting 2 beasts here so that I can have more intel range. Okay, that's much cleaner. We only leaked 7 lives from the first skull, and we're now at 50 out of 64, so it should get easy from here. Okay, strong into first. Apparently that's better. And come on. Nice. Okay, that was clean. I liked that. This will probably be the hardest tier because we're gonna get Megalodon after for sure. And now we're in a spot where we got Overclock. Okay, Overclocked Orca handles these cerams much better. Still a bit sketchy without glue. 4 more skulls. I'm hoping the thrashing on top of Blooners will do something. Yeah, this is pretty good. This is pretty clean, wasn't it? I didn't see a single ceram. I think we finally might have cracked the code. And that's just to have it sit on top of the balloons. And another skull that got completely eaten underneath. Last skull. Let's get it. Nice. Very clean. So now to save money, I'm gonna try to rush the Sun Avatar before anything else. So I also did some light testing before this, and I don't think I actually need a True Sun Guide. That would be an extra 500k to our cost, which would obviously probably double our score. But believe me, I think we can get away without it. I kind of done goof though, so here's an issue. This is not in sacrifice range. I'd love to, so like we get 50k in support very easily. Let me cook up this. We're going for a Chinook. I did the math. I think this is cheaper to move this River Monkey to in range of these 3 things rather than buying more support for like 50k. And you see, I found a spot here that gets under range of all 3 of them. Hopefully it avoids Overclock. Yep. KK, Temple now. See ya. I'm gonna hope the mathed up properly there. So now, as you can see, things are 20% cheaper, everything. That's why we rushed Temple, and also to give 6k per round. So that's all the money we're gonna need forever. Now Orca is only 10k. I think it's honestly cheaper to go for a new beast rather than upgrading these over here. Megalodon is now at $36,000. Damn, what a bargain. I'm doing too much damage though that I might have to beat the first skull without the Megalodon. So let's see if a max Orca can deal with 7 big freaking balloons. The answer to that is definitely yes, with the Temple buff and the Overclock. I got melted. We basically got mini Megalodon at home. Yeah, looking at this, I actually don't think I need Megalodon for this tier. But of course, I will want to get it to see how much stronger it's going to be. I have a feeling it's going to go wild. Let's get it. So already 94. That feels like how it was back in the day. Remember when the Beast Handler came out? I don't know if you remember, but because it was only 1 day. But I remember it doing exactly this. Literally melting it like it was bugged. And it was bugged to do like 20x boss damage. This kind of feels like that, but it's like not, it's not a bug. That's intended. And that's not even its final form. Yeah, I'm not sure why Ninja Kiwi buffed this, but I'm not complaining. So let me finish off with the buffs. Any other possible buff you can give to Megalodon is obviously Ultra Boost. Obviously Call to Arms and Homeland. I think we can actually finish this under 500k. Again, I don't know benchmarks, but that seems like a pretty crazy number. I'm just gonna merge tier 3s that don't care about the range, because I think I have the max intel already. At least on the Candy Falls. Back on Strong. I think the Temple can clean up as is right now. That's the beauty of Temple. Support, but also damage. Reliable damage, at least for the cerams here. So triple merge there, 118. We need a little bit more to go. Okay, hold that thought though. We shouldn't merge while the boss is on screen, because I need to show you how nasty it is, okay? This is just a simple 4-stack. Let's get Homeland 2 right now. Blast off. Look up. That is a solid, I don't know. Feels like it's almost 100,000 DPS. Okay, anyway. Hang on. So people are still telling me that this is bugged. And that it's over-accepting buffs. For some reason, if you give the Megalodon attack speed buffs right before attacks, it is better. But if I give it while it's attacking, it doesn't work. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that. Perhaps that does look like it might be more than 3 times stronger, though. I don't know, but at this rate, it certainly looks like we're gonna be able to do all 5 tiers, no biggie. Okay, let me just finish off 1 and 2. There's the max power. Coming in with 8 million. Let's see how much damage is on the first bite here, okay? So thrashing everything. 210,000, it seems. Keep note of that number. Let's homeland right now. For 7.5 million down to... Oh, 6.9. Hang on. We might be onto something here. We might be onto something. Before that, hang on. Temple might not be able to handle this. I think there is a bug. Hang on. Because the homeland, it's supposed to be a double buff, but it feels like it did 3 times damage. Don't worry. Also, I put this on first, so we wouldn't lose to this stuff. But that's a bit weird, isn't it? It shouldn't be doing 600k. It should be 400k upon that bite. Again, okay, this time I'm going to Totem in Homeland. Boom. 4.95 million. 4.95 down to 4.3, so 610k or something like that. So let's make this clear, okay? People are telling me that there's a max amount of attack speed the Megalodon can have. Meaning, I don't think you can get any higher. If that theory is correct, you can't go any higher than 600k per bite. So that's why Homeland and a Totem didn't do much more there, which I guess makes sense. This map is pretty bad for the Megalodon, like, angles. I guess so. I feel like it depends on the placement, or where Blooners is. Obviously, in the corner right now, Megalodon would be awful, because Blooners keep spawning insides that are well past that point. But I feel like if Blooners is in the middle, then Megalodon does great, because it will thrash all the balloons incoming, or on top of it. So long as it's thrashing, like, near the exit, that's when it feels like we're A-okay. Anyway, let's do one last boost here. Homeland, Totem, and everything to finish it all. And then, of course, back on first briefly. Back and strong for the final thrashes, and GG. I feel like we can very easily do tier 5 if I just add a call to arms, which would still put us under the 500k threshold. But I'm greedy, so we're not doing that. We're not doing that. And instantly a DT went through. So maybe instead of the CTA, let's get something to stall. How are we feeling about super... Yeah, I like super glue because when I said so. And that would keep a lot of things in place, which would give more time for me to, like, focus this Blooners only, and then stack a bunch of balloons up, so the Pierce can actually work well on Megalodon, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Or give time for the, I don't know, Temple. Temple is doing work, but we leak to DT's boss. Okay, 1 is not enough. I'm so troll. I'm gonna overclock the super glue when I care about stalling the back more than Megalodon DPS. Can we keep the under 500k dream alive? A Homeland will help too, so this thing can shoot faster and not leak DTs. That's the main issue. Every 1% Blooners hits. Every 400k comes a crap ton of DTs. In hindsight, if I had known I should have gotten this, then I would have 10x stacked before, you know, I had to deal with all this, but that's okay. Another of this. We'll put this back in first when we lose Homeland, because 1, we don't get that much damage on the thing in the first place, and we can clean up all the ZMGs much easier. 1/8 mark is now. That puts us, I think, on pace. Yeah, I feel like we don't really have to set the Megan first to, like, clean up the clump, because this is not going to get Pierce capped. Eventually, the Temple, as little DPS as it's doing, will wipe it out. Support Temple OP, actually, okay. It looks like a lot of balloons now, so maybe first for 1 bite here. Literally 1 bite, and we're clean. Back on strong. We are getting, holy crap, that's a lot of balloons that is just stuck on the top left. Did you see that 1 bite there? Half a bite? Once again, cleared it out so quickly. And also, good timing. I'm gonna blast off huge right now. And I want you to watch the fortified bats here, okay? Watch very carefully once they're able to spawn in. Watch carefully. That's from the thrashing alone, by the way. One shot on first, or no. Remember, as I said, this is the perfect time to leave it on strong, because it's gonna get the exit with the giant thrash radius, so we get massive stonks here. In fact, yeah. Once it actually gets further back in the dragon, like in the latter half, we don't have to worry about putting it on first at all. Balloons have to get through the thrashing of Megalodon, but that's obviously impossible, as you see. As you saw with the F-bats there. We don't have to worry about overclocking the super glue anymore, because there's nothing that needs to be stunned. And it's looking like a finish at 487k. So find me another tower. that can solo 40 million HP on a boss. That's not a Paragon. The only thing I can really think of is a Temple. Although, frankly, I haven't tested the other very strong towers, but this has got to be illegal. Like, I didn't even get Energizer. I thought I was going to need it, which is why I bought this earlier, but it turns out, nope, not necessary. And nope, didn't need it put on first either for the F-Bats there. Yeah, okay, I guess some towers, like Sin Champion, may be able to do it, but it would require more buffs, right? Like, at least a True Sun God, I would think. We're missing, like, several things. Yeah, Call Arms, True Sun God, and Energizer. So it's not even max buffs, but we still cleared it with a good amount of room to spare. If there's anything I could cut, I'm not sure. Maybe less power, honestly. Overall, clean. 487k. And there's no point of looking at pop count, because all of it went to... all 74.8 went to the Megalodon. Let me see if I can find a bug. So one Thrash of an Invisible Bloon gets 28,000. So if I 10x Ultra Boost this thing with Homeland, on paper, it's supposed to be 5.5 times stronger. I crunched the numbers, so we should be looking at about 140k, 160k on this bite here. But it seems to surpass that and get 210k. My totem doesn't gain any extra power, so it is true that there's a max speed cap. Eh? So I guess you could say it's bugged. Whether or not it's a huge difference, yeah, kinda. Either way, it's strong.